Okay, this one's going to be rough, but I feel like this is going to help a lot of you guys, so I'm going to make it anyway. This is KJ's aura tutorial. Now, I don't know what the whole aura meme thing is. I'm guessing it's from TikTok. I hate TikTok, but if this is a trend, I want to use it to teach you something that will hopefully change your life. So, let's get into it. What is aura? How do we have aura? In middle school, I was an absolute mess. I had so little aura, so little charisma, so little social skills, whatever you want to call it, that I could barely even talk to a waitress. Like if a waitress came up, I would literally freeze and start shaking. My heart would go 180 beats per minute, and I would absolutely hate myself and want to go home and play Minecraft. So I am no charisma beast. I'm no, I don't know, influencer, whatever. I don't even have much aura. I just want to show you guys what I've learned that has helped me a ton when it comes to having social skills and just being able to influence people, because that's really what it's about, right? Being able to influence others and change their lives, that is what matters. And hopefully this will just give you guys some confidence, because to be honest, if you're watching this video, you're a complete weirdo. Who is watching a video on how to have aura, right? How much weirder am I for teaching you how to do this? Like, we're all weird, okay? So we're not normal people, and we need help with this stuff because we're all a little bit messed up in the head. So I figured I'd just kind of tell you what I learned. So I was an absolute mess in middle school. Atrocious. I was chubby, no social skills at all, absolute mess, overthinking everything. Terrible. And I slowly would get a little bit better and better, but it wasn't until I really moved away from my friends in college, and I was married, and I was doing life on my own, and I was learning and leveling up, that I came back a year later. And I remember this one girl that I used to know, I was friends with, being like, what is different about you? You just have this whole different vibe. You just seem so much more confident, and I don't know. And it got me thinking, what is it? Like, how did my aura increase? God, it's so cringe. Well, I started thinking, right? And so I want to teach you guys the kind of 5 things, and then the most important thing I learned at the bottom to how to have aura. Hopefully this helps you. So let's get right into it. So the first thing is this. This was the number one thing that really set me on the right track. Presence. There's some more we're going to talk about on this exact same line, but presence is the first thing. Doesn't matter what you're saying. Doesn't matter what you're doing. People can feel your presence. And you have a presence every time you walk into the room. I'm not talking about some macho Andrew Tate, oh, look at me, look at my watch kind of thing. I just mean people can tell whether you're present or not. Think about whenever you're talking to someone on the phone. So you're talking to someone on the cell phone, you can hear in their voice whether they're paying attention to you or not. You can hear it in the tone of their voice. You can feel my presence right now talking to you through this camera. So it's all about presence, and most people are completely unpresent at all times, and everyone else can feel it. They're not fun to be around. Why? Because they're always on their phone. They're always lost in thought. They're always doing everything besides being present with the people they're actually with. And so if you want to develop this, it's really not that hard. All you have to do is get rid of your phone. Like if you're going to be somewhere with your friends or with family, whatever, just leave your phone in the car. Because what happens is if you have your phone with you, you have a wormhole that sucks all the presence out into this internet cyberspace. And anytime you're in an awkward situation, you just pull your phone out instead of just embracing it and being present. And so what goes along the right side with this is active listening. This is a skill that almost no one has anymore. No one. And if you can master it, you will never lack friends ever again. Because no one has presence, and because no one knows how to actively listen, people never feel understood. And all humans are silently begging to feel understood. Doesn't matter who you are. And so this is a skill that I really started practicing about 3 years ago. And I'm no master at it, but it's helped me so much just for having good relationships with people. Because while everybody else on the table is on their phones or doing something or lost in thought, I'm the one sitting there, looking them dead in the eyes and listening to them, actually listening to the words they're saying. Because people can tell. You can tell if someone's listening to you or not. They can be looking at you dead in the face. They can be not on their phone, but you can tell whether they're lost in thought or if they're actually listening. So listening to what they're saying and then asking them questions. If you want to be somebody who people feel like they're just awesome and they want to be around, it has nothing to do with you, really. Oh, this is the crazy part. It's not trying to become some macho Tate man. It's not trying some silly tactics or tricks. If you just make someone feel understood, they think you're an awesome person. So you achieve the result you want by doing the opposite. So by not focusing on yourself all the time, like we all tend to do, by just listening to other people and asking them questions about their life, man, they'll love you because you just make them feel good. And what's funny is the worse the world gets at listening, the less and less people listen, the less people have presence, the less people actually care what other people think, the more you, someone who does, stands out. So the better you can listen by really focusing on what someone's saying. And this takes practice. I'm going to be honest, because no one does this anymore. And you're going to find that it's really hard to stay focused on people, especially when you're not interested in what they're interested in. Like, it's hard. It's not easy. And you're going to try this for a day, and then you're going to forget about it, and you're going to go right back to being a goober. You have to really focus on listening to everyone. So I like to just make it a challenge. I'll leave my phone in the car when I'm going somewhere new, and I'll say, I want to meet someone, and I want to learn about their interest. So all you do is just talk with them until you figure out what they're interested in, and then ask deep questions. Just get to know them. Pretend you're interested in what they're interested in, and just ask questions, guys. It's not that hard, but you would be, I think I spelled listening wrong, I don't know, but you'd be amazed at how far this will go. So the second thing is, this is good. This one's funny. Mysterious. You probably can't read that, but it says mysterious. Everyone loves a mystery. And people love people who are mysterious. I'm not saying you need to wear a trench coat and start wearing like a spectacle. Like, don't be weird. But what I mean by mysterious is don't go around blabbering about everything you're going to do or what you're doing in your life. And a cool way I like to tie this in is talk about your stuff on your social media and not real life. Now, my stance may change on this, honestly. I don't know. But for right now, no one cares about you, really. Like, they really don't. Like, they don't care about your interests. They're always more attuned to what they're thinking about in their life and what's going on in them and their interests and their mission, all their journey. So telling someone everything you're doing or everything you're about to do, everything you want to do is not going to help. Unless they really want to know, don't do it. Because here's the thing. Curiosity is simply withholding knowledge. And so the more mystery you surround yourself in, the more curious someone is about you. The more you have this thing, the more they're thinking about you. And once again, this isn't just to make people think about you guys. It's just to say, once again, focus on the other person. So when you're out in public, don't just blab about everything you're doing and all your life and everything. Don't say anything about it. Just ask about them. But here's the problem is we love talking about ourselves. I mean, like, I'm sitting here making this freaking video called my ARA tutorial. Like, we all are status driven, and it's hard to get away from that. And you have things you want to share with people. But instead of sharing it in real life, share it on social media. Because there's people on social media who have the same interests as you, who do need your help. Like, I would not teach this to people in real life. Why? Because people, no one would care. But you guys care, some of you. And this will help some of you. It won't help my real life friends. They don't care about this stuff. So I'm posting this on social media. And this works both ways, because the more mysterious you are in real life, the more people are curious about what the heck you do or about you. So they go look on your social media and they see all this cool stuff you're interested in. And now they actually care about your interests. Like, I guarantee you there's probably some of my real life friends who just stumbled across this video. I apologize if you're watching this. But it's probably because I'm just mysterious in real life. Like, people don't know what I do, and they don't want to make money, but they have no clue how. And so it's just this big shroud of mystery. And I don't try to be some kind of, I don't know. weird movie character, mysterious guy. I do weird stuff, and I don't tell people about it in real life. So they go to social media to figure out more about what I do. And if they care, then they enjoy the content. If not, then they move on. I don't really care. So withholding knowledge, be more mysterious. Basically, don't go blabbing about your entire life to everyone and everything you want to do. It just doesn't matter. I made this mistake so many times. I'd meet with people, guys who I wanted to mentor me, who were older than me, and I would tell them about my goal of wanting to make $100 million and use it for the spreading of the gospel. I would talk about that all the time. And I was broke. And they didn't care because they didn't believe I could do it. And there's no positive benefit at all. So work in silence. Be mysterious. Don't tell people what you're doing. Just do it. Post it on social media if you want to get that urge of telling people out of you. So in real life, you can just be mysterious. So the third thing, and it goes right along with this, and this is crucial as a man. Crucial as a man. If you are a male, you need a freaking mission. I don't know if I spelled this right, but maybe. Mission. People who are interesting are people who have a mission. They have a long-term purpose that they are striving for. And this also helps you to be non-needy. Especially you guys who are trying to get girls. You want to know how to get a girl? Stop working on getting girls and start having a freaking mission that a girl wants to get behind. And she's like, wow, this guy's doing more than just being a loser. You have to have a mission. And this doesn't have to be some grand thing when you're starting out. I want you guys to know that this is something that I've never really struggled with. I've always had a mission. And in college, it was a lot of different things. So I was a vlogger for a while. I went on like a 2-year stretch where I was training to dunk a basketball as a 5'9" individual. I don't know, guys. You tell me. Also, I was a rapper. I had a rap studio, actual true story. So I always had this mission. And so when people saw me, they didn't just see this boring kid in college. They're like, man, this guy's really weird, but dude is driven. Dude has a mission. Dude is always on a mission. It might be the most random side quest ever, but he always has a mission. And you just need to be clear. What is your mission? You probably have some in your life right now, but the problem is you probably have a bunch, which means you're making progress towards none of them. And people can't just associate you with that one mission. Like, oh, this guy is trying to dunk. He's really short and he's really white, but he's trying to dunk, right? It's a mission. People respect that, especially guys. Guys respect that a lot. So this adds to your vibe, your aura. I hate this word, but hopefully this is helping you guys. Next thing with this is bonus point here. I don't have enough spaces to spell it out, but when you're on a mission for God, you have spirit-filled confidence. The people that I've met in my life who have genuine confidence, not in themselves, but in what God is doing through them, those are people who you want to be around. You just love being around these people because they have spirit-filled confidence. Their confidence doesn't come from them and their status and the things they've achieved and all this garbage. It comes from the Spirit of God moving through them towards a mission that God has given them. So one of my favorite people in the universe is my dad. And if you're around him for more than 5 seconds, you will realize that he always has a mission, and it is always a spirit-filled mission, and he has a ton of confidence that only comes from the Spirit. And it is amazing to be around. And my dad has more friends than I think I've ever, like the whole town is his friend. No one hates my dad, at least I don't think. They just love him. And it's hard not to because he just has this spirit-filled confidence. He has this humility. It's not by being low, by like making yourself like just beating on yourself, saying, oh, I suck and all this. That's not humility, guys. It's just understanding that you are not the most important thing and that there's a mission that needs to be accomplished and that people need to be served. And so it's like it's emptying yourself. It's not saying that, oh, woe is me, pitying yourself, because that's still selfish. Those of you guys who are always saying, like, oh, I suck, that you're still it's still self-centered. It's all about emptying yourself and focusing on the mission and other people. And when you do this for God, when you're filled with the Spirit of the Holy Spirit and Jesus, like you have a spirit-filled confidence because you're on mission. And bro, no one else can knock you off. You don't care what people think. I'm making this stupid video and I couldn't care less what a lot of people think. I care what you guys think because I'm trying to help you and I want to make this better. But as far as like the general, I just don't care. I don't. And you can see that in the way I'm talking and making this video. Like I don't give a frick. And it all comes from confidence that I have from God. And I pray that God gives me more and more of his spirit and the confidence I have through Christ every single day to carry out this mission, right? So that's what I would say. Next, this goes right along with everything else. You've probably never heard this before. Okay, you can't read that, but it says underthinking and authenticity. So all of us weird people, we are overthinkers. If you're watching this video, chances are you are an overthinker. There's some people you meet in your life who you can tell that they don't think about anything. They have never had a thought in their life. Like they're just going through life completely autopilot, just having fun. That's probably not you if you're watching this video. We are overthinkers. The issue with overthinking is, once again, it's self-centered. You're always in your head, always worrying about you, what you're going to say, how they're going to react to what you say. And this will kill any vibe you have. And no one wants to be around someone who's constantly overthinking. So you have to do underthinking. And this is one of the hardest things, because it goes against our nature as overthinkers. But when you're out in public, you have to just do things without thinking, without question. This can get you in trouble sometimes, honestly, by just saying things that you probably shouldn't say. But I think it's still worth it to just underthink. So when you go out there, don't be thinking about all this crazy. Like if you go out here trying to memorize this when you're in public, you're just going to be a goober and you're not going to have any aura, which is contradictory. But anyways, you just want to underthink. So just be yourself. Be stupid. Just don't think about stuff. And to be honest, guys, I really try to just be dumb when I'm in public. I don't mean do negative, stupid things, but I just be goofy. Because no one wants to know about all this stuff I'm learning. No one wants to know about systems thinking and design and asymmetrical leverage. Like, dude, people don't care about that. So don't go out there being a smarty about all the crap you're doing. No one cares. And this goes for, even if you're not in business, this goes for anything else too. If you're really into gardening and you're getting really deep into the weeds about, that's funny, in the weeds, see what I did there? You're getting in the weeds about all these different seed types. Like, dude, no one cares. So don't do that. Like, just be dumb. Just kind of like dumb it down. Like simplify it. It's kind of like the rappers who will make dumb music because it goes broader, it gets more plays, and the general population likes it more. It's kind of what you have to do in public. Just dumb it down. Dumb everything down. Just be simple. Be fun. But the number one thing is authenticity. This goes beyond everything. Because people have this weird sense where we can really, really tell when someone's being authentic or not. Like we have a really good receptor for authenticity. It's like a BS radar. Like you can really tell when someone's faking it or they're being inauthentic. Like if I was to wear a suit right now, you guys would just know. But instead, I'm wearing a freaking Guns N' Roses cutoff because I love this band and I just got done working out. Like it's all about authenticity. And so even if you're the weirdest person ever, if you're just authentic about it, you're going to go way further than trying to be the normal, trying to fit into everyone else's box. Just be authentic. I'm not saying to be weird and tell everybody about all your stuff that no one cares about, but you just have to be yourself. Oh, that's the worst cliche advice, but it is really true. And this takes a lot of practice. And it's only possible. You can only be authentic if you're underthinking. If you're overthinking and analyzing every single thing you're going to say, there's just no way you can be authentic. And that's why a lot of you guys, whenever you're with your best friends, you're talkative, you're chatty, you're in the social flow state, you're having fun, you're not thinking about what they think about you, you're just existing. That's how you have to get around everyone. And this is tough because, the higher up you go in these circles, the harder and harder it gets to be authentic. Like I was at a mastermind with 7-8 figure entrepreneurs, and I was not very authentic. I'll be straight up honest. I was just nervous. I was thinking about every single question I was going to ask. I was thinking about everything I was going to talk about. I was thinking about, like, I was not authentic at all. And This is the key because people can spot that. I'm going to talk about authenticity a lot in a video coming up, so look out for that. But yeah, be authentic. Number 5. This one was just a really quick tip. This is something I learned a while back, and I think it's huge. You can hear me right now when I smile and I talk at the same time. And you guys can probably tell I have resting B face a lot. Like if I'm just going through the gym or I'm walking through somewhere, I'm just like, I do not look pleasant to look at. I look like I probably am not having a good time. That's just how I normally look. But if you talk with a smile, you will go so far. I had this friend, shout out to you if you're watching it, Jacob, from my high school, and everybody loved this guy. And one of the main reasons is the dude just smiles all the time. Even when he's talking about something like depressing, the dude is just smiling. If you guys, all my real life friends know what I'm talking about, but the dude just smiles and people just love to be around him. I mean, he's a great guy, either way. He's just a super cool guy. But this is a huge part of it. He just smiles when he talks. And this takes practice, especially you guys who are nerds like me who never got out a lot and never really smiled. Learn how to smile and talk at the same time. So you can hear the difference when I say, all right, guys, so today we're going to talk about how to have aura. Versus, all right, guys, so today we're going to talk about how do we have aura. Do you see how I'm smiling when I'm talking? It really makes a big difference, especially when you're out in public meeting someone for the first time. They can be completely stone cold sober like that. And you can walk up to them and say, hey, what's going on? Just smiling, and they just get excited. So smile talk. So the last thing here. I've held this to the end due to this. Withholding knowledge. Add a little bit of mystery. What does the star mean? And to tie all this up, it's really this. I'm not going to spell it out. Humility and Christ-focused. That's it. I noticed that I always make my best videos. I'm always having the best time out in public. I'm always the best friend to be around when I am centered on Christ, and that is giving me humility. So when you are thinking about yourself, you are not being the best friend you can. You're not being the best husband, wife, servant, whatever. If you're thinking about yourself all the time, you're never going to be as good as you could be, like to your friends, to serve others. And it's all about being Christ-focused. Focus on Jesus and not yourself. That is the key. And we learn this from Jesus, right? The creator of the universe, walking to a well to get water. And this woman approaches him. And she's an adulteress. Like, she's just not a morally great person. She's cheated on her husband multiple times. And Jesus takes the time to ask her questions about her life and talk to her. The creator of the universe sat there and talked with someone who we would all consider to be kind of worthless. So the minute you start thinking you're better than everyone is the minute when you start going downhill. Doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter what you achieve. You're not better than anyone. We're all broken sinners. It's all about being Christ-focused. This is the key. If you want to have an amazing social life, focus yourself on Christ. It's crazy. Who would have thought this would come out of an aura tutorial? But I don't know. Hopefully you guys learned something. Post in the comments the best thing you learned or what you're going to go do. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.